Wait. Yahoo! Hello. Long time no see. Long time no yap. Long time no, beanie bear. I was gonna say beans, because I always say beans, but long time no Binka, right? Hello. How you guys doing? I missed you guys. Unbearable. Long time no short. You guys keep making fun of me for being short. You know what? No more stream. No more stream. We're done. I'm taking you guys back home. That's the new world record for shortest class. Hello. How you guys doing? Hello. I missed you guys. I've been sick. You might still hear it a little bit in my voice. I think probably on like last Saturday's stream you could probably hear it more. And it's funny because like I thought I was at the tail end of my sickness last week, and then like on Monday and Tuesday it came back with a vengeance. Thanks for the stream. Oh my gosh. Is it mosh time? No, I was just kidding. No, come back. I'm driving you back to school. We're back. We're so back. I actually didn't set up my tracking yet, so we're not back yet, but like give it a couple seconds and we will be back. But let's see who we got here. No, stop moshing! I didn't even rig it yet. No, I didn't even. Okay, who do we got here? We got Seribot. Rock. Stop moshing! We got Matthew. You are first, and this is a gorilla stream. Folk, hello. You got your sticker. Fugubi, hello. You guys got your stickers. Gojikins, hello. Welcome. It was unbearable, you say. It was unbearable. Why are you guys watching? No. Okay, my tracking is set up. Let's do this. Yahoo! Yippee! Hello, it's me, Babinka Bear, your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. Hey, what are you doing? No! I'm not a jerk. I've just been sick for the past week. 2 weeks, actually. 2 weeks. And let's get some music. I didn't even think about music. I'm so out of practice, you guys. I haven't streamed in forever. I forgot what it's like to stream. What, I have to talk to an audience and read a chat? How could they? Okay, let's see what Spotify's all-time top songs for me are. Oh my god, there's no freaking way. You guys, so I know like not everyone uses Spotify because it is of the devil and all that stuff. But they recently came out with like a mid-year Spotify Wrapped kind of thing where it's like, oh, see what were your like favorite songs back in this era of your life, and like this is your very first song that you ever streamed on Spotify. And for me it was a Steven Universe medley, because of course. But they also make a playlist for you, which is like your all-time top songs, and you guys will never guess what my #1 top song is, because I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Ah, memories. Hamster dance for sure. How about Jonathan Young's cover of Binka's Brew? Oh yeah, I think you did post that on the Discord, right? Oh, I can see the star. I forgot the lyrics. I'm a fake fan. I can't believe that this is my top song and I forgot Vesper's lyric. Wow. Flubbed it. It's Babink over. Wow. Oh. Yeah, I missed you guys. How you guys doing? We're just yapping for a little bit because we got something big tomorrow. Let me see if I can actually pull up the event plan to go. Here we are on top of the world. You're with me now. Oh, we're medieval. We're so medieval. We've never been so medieval. In fact, maybe this is a good excuse for me to turn my tracking off. And actually no, I can't activate. I have some secrets. I can't turn on certain programs right now because I have secrets for tomorrow. So, oh, There's no table. You're seeing my secrets. You're seeing my secrets. Oh no. Been starting to listen to more Pippa the Rippa? Oh, that's crazy. Chest burster? I know I have legs coming out of my chest now. No. I thought that might work. That's crazy. Sing it loud and clear, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. God, I wish I could have put karaoke stream on one of my, like, rewards for the subathon tomorrow. But the thing is, like, I want to put stuff on there that I can guarantee. And I do want to do a karaoke stream, but I just need a day where I have, like, the apartment to myself. So unfortunately, I can't guarantee that. I feel like that might even be like a guerrilla thing one of these days where it's like, guys, I have the place to myself. We're gonna do karaoke, like, right now. Like... Oh yeah, I adjusted the leg redeem so it expires after a minute. I didn't want the legs to just be there for the whole stream. Isn't that just being Filipino? That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm doing it right now, right? Wait, where's the lyrics? Where's the lyrics? Ready? Ready, ready? Raise your voice, so here we are, sailing the same boat. Bears, not alone, I will share my heart and soul. Hey, come and play. I just recovered from a cold. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be singing when I'm recovering from a cold, and I literally have like an inflamed sinus right now. I literally have like sinus pressure. I feel it like right next to my nose, and I tried every trick in the book to drain it. I did that weird massage. Have you guys, okay, you guys want to try this out? You're gonna look like weirdos if you try it out, especially if someone else is in the room with you. But if you ever feel sinus pressure, you put your thumb right in between your eyebrows, like where the like where your nose basically starts. Put your thumb there, open your mouth as wide as it can, but also put the tip of your tongue on like the roof of your mouth. You know what I mean? Like you open it like ah, but then with your tongue, the tip of your tongue has to touch like the roof of your mouth, and then you just like massage the middle of your like eyebrows. Nice try, Frankster. No, I learned it from an actual video, and it actually worked. It literally, when I was doing it right now, it actually did work. It actually kind of works. Doing this. No, you gotta massage in the middle of your eyebrows. It's a real thing. I feel it. Next, you're gonna say that if you lean back and mime shaking salt into your mouth, you'll taste it. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's been tried before. Maybe not by me, but I feel like I caught my roomie doing that once. It actually works. That's the thing. It actually works. Like, have you ever like had some kind of malady? You know, since we're in medieval times right now, have you ever had some kind of malady, some kind of like pain and or sickness, and then like you get told something really simple and it actually fixes it? Because one time I had vertigo. There was this one time I had vertigo, like for I think 1 or 2 days or something like that. It was like a relatively short time, but it was enough that like I thought I could ignore it, and then eventually I was like, I can't ignore this anymore. This actually feels really bad, you know? So I ended up visiting, I was in college at the time, so I went to my college's like, you know, medical center, and I was like, I don't have a appointment, but I have vertigo and I need to be seen like right now. So then I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh yeah, you have vertigo. That's actually pretty easy to fix. So can you like lie down on your side? Now twist over this way. Now move your neck this way. How do you feel? And then it was gone. Like my vertigo was literally gone. And I was like, what? Like, cause like literally it was just like, oh, lie down, move your head a certain way, and then get up again. And he's like, it's because like the inside of your ear has like your inner ear literally has like these little like rock crystalline structures that help like tell your brain when you are upright. But sometimes those like rocks, like those like crystalline structures can get like dislodged in your ear. and the rocks are basically like confusing your brain. It's like you're upright, but your brain doesn't think you're upright, and that's what makes you like experience vertigo. So like a quick fix is to just like physically move those crystals around in a certain way that fixes it, so then everything gets oriented. But it just felt like witchcraft, where it was like, I've had vertigo for 2 days, I go to the doctor, he just tells me to lie down and move my neck a certain way, and it's fixed like magically within seconds. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is witchcraft. What witchcraft is this? You have to balance the 4 humors in your body. Exactly. I grew up in the woods. We treated illness and injury with folk medicine all the time. Yeah, like aspirin came from tree bark, you guys. Did you guys know that? Like, I know that sometimes folk medicine like gets out of hand when people try to replace like, you know, developed medicine with it, but there's a certain balance. There's a certain balance with it, right? Like, don't depend too much on like the pharmaceuticals, but don't depend too much on just like, you know, alternative medicine either. Like, sometimes the science has a point, and sometimes the folk medicine has a point. I don't know. It's like a weird balance that you gotta find. Yeah, exactly. Willow tree bark is actually the origin of aspirin. Like, back in ye olden times, when people wanted to like alleviate pain, they would chew on the tree bark, and then people would distill that into pill form, and that's how you get aspirin, you know? Folk medicine, exactly. It's medicine that Folk the Wizard Bear Wizard creates, you know? Ask him about it. I do the classic sleep it off or in pain walk it off. Yeah, honestly, sometimes like, do you guys ever just wake up and it's like, oh, I'm in pain for some reason, but is this like, should I wait? Should I actually see a doctor, or should I just like sleep it off and like hope for the best? And boiled spruce bow tea for cold, spruce sap for cuts, right? Like, a lot of these sound like good remedies, because like, you know, they're literally like natural, so they don't have anything added. But the thing with like scientific medicine too, or I don't know what the actual like terminology that you would want to use, because like using like natural remedies is a science in and of itself, but like I guess the more like manufactured stuff, like it helps when it like distills or like purifies or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like concentrates a certain chemical in a way that is just like safe. I don't know. Some pharmaceuticals, I don't know. There is a little bit of distrust. Gotta get the good-ish from the wizard bear deep in the woods. Exactly. Waking up like that usually means you are over 30. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, my back hurts. My foot hurts. I actually had like a heel, well, I think I still do have a heel spur, but I had heel spur pain for a couple months because I thought it was just like I wasn't cracking my foot correctly, you know? Like I was like, oh, one of these days I'm gonna crack it correctly and the pain's just gonna go away. And then I finally went to a foot doctor and he was like, yeah, you have like a heel spur. You've had this for months. Like, you're like, why did it take you so many months to like go visit a foot doctor? I was like, I thought I could walk it off. Like, I didn't want to bother you, but I also didn't want to spend money from my insurance. From my insurance that can only cover so many things at once, you know? My lumbago! But yeah. So, as you can see, this is my playlist of, like, all the songs that I listen to over and over. American Moment, yeah. Which is so effed, right? That's like, oh, I should probably see a professional about this, but also it's so expensive. like, you know how nutso that sounds to any non-American to be like, what? Like, you're in pain. It's like you know, oh my god, me and Beans have been watching a lot of The Boys and Invincible, you know, and both those shows get very violent and gory very fast. So it's like, can you imagine like being lasered in half by a superhero? And it's like, I don't know if I should go to the hospital though. Like, I feel like I'm good, you know, like I don't want to spend the money just to ride the woo-woo mobile, you know, and then just get told to walk it off, you know how much of a bill that is. And it's like you've literally been bifurcated, you know? Like, that's how insane that sounds. This is a Higurashi song, by the way. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still kind of recovering. I finally have enough energy to talk, but not your fur. Lasered in half and having to declare bankruptcy. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine, right? Like, Yeah, me and Beans have been watching like let's see, The Boys. No, actually, Invincible first. No, actually, wait, I gotta do the thing. Invincible show logo. Okay, so me and Beans have been watching a lot of this. Here, look, me and Beans, we've been watching a lot of. Because for those who don't watch the show, they do that ish all the time. They're like, instead of actually saying the name, they just show the title screen. You had the title drop. There was one episode where they did it so funny, where like they kept on baiting it, and then the characters would just like change the word. It's like, there's no way that he can be that hardy. You know, everyone likes to say that he's, you know, he's unbeatable, but I think that he isn't that unbeatable. And then there was another episode where they just did it way too many times. They're like, it's a guy looking for Invincible, and he's like, I know he's here. Where's... You guys are hiding him from me, aren't you? You're hiding me. Where is... I'm telling you that I need... God, that show is so jokes. Like, you can... Oh, Schnickery, what's up? He just let out a singular... Yeah, both those shows, by the way, if you guys are into superheroes, it's a fun romp, but also if you're not into blood and gore, it's not gonna be a fun romp. It's like Invincible and The Boys. And the thing is, like, I don't know if they came out both around the same time, but like me and Beans watched them both around the same time and then stopped and then and then started watching them again around the same time, because like we watched them, when did they come out? Like a couple years back? 4 or 5 years back? We both really enjoyed like the first couple seasons and then stopped for a while, and then like only recently we were like, oh, what are we gonna watch, you know? So we just decided to like catch up on this. But yeah, they're both very similar stories of like, what if like superheroes, you know, like also cause collateral damage, or what if the superheroes were evil? What if Superman is evil? You know, like it's a lot of that, but they both go in different directions with their writing, and I just think it's neat. I just think it's cool. So that's what we've been up to. We're all caught up on The Boys, and the final episode like of the series is next week, and we caught up last Wednesday. So what we've been watching in the meantime is Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Have you guys watched that one? We are medieval right now. So like I feel like this is only very apt, you know. Actually, you know what? I think I will go medieval. Give me a second. Let me just walk this off. Let me go invisible on that. Give me a second. Just gotta make sure that a secret model isn't loaded up. Okay, cool. It's not. Or it is, but I'm like off screen, so load. What was I doing? Oh, medieval. Babinka Nalia, yeah. We're back. Babinka Nalia is back. Oh, the only thing with this freaking program is that it's kind of glitchy sometimes. And it doesn't let me see any windows above or below it, so... Or below it, rather. Let's put away Live 2D. Alright, we're back. Babinka Nalia's back, baby. We're so back. And that way... What do you mean? I just brought out the PNG. Dang it, now I'm... Now I don't match. It's okay, now I'm Babinka Nalia, but in the regular classroom. You guys thought that you had something that you're tricking me, but you're not tricking me. Is it a little mismatch? Just a teensy bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We're just so medieval. But anyway, what was I talking about? We started watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's that one show that is another spin-off of Game of Thrones. Because both me and Beans really like Game of Thrones up until that final season. And I feel like if you know, you know. And I feel like a lot of people know. Because do you guys remember when Game of Thrones was like a pop cultural phenomena? You were too smart for us. No, I'm actually quite stupid. Anyway. Best season ever. Oh, I love this song. Every page. Anyway, yeah, we started watching that. We're not done yet though. There's only 6 episodes. We're on episode 4, so no spoilers. No spoilers, but it is a for those who don't know, it's another spin-off of Game of Thrones. We really liked it up until the last season. We didn't watch House of Dragon though. I don't know. We heard that a lot of people were like kind of whatever on it. But, you know, I'm willing to be convinced. I'm willing to change my mind. Maybe. But yeah, what else did I catch? I caught up on Digimon Beat Break. That was also sick. But wait, I keep getting distracted. We have a subathon tomorrow. Give me a second. I have the visual for it. Or a trick of light. Okay. Through voices 5 and as real as they say. Which one is this? The Adventures of Dunk and Egg? It sure is. It sure is. So, yeah, to provide a little bit of a background. So, the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms it revolves around this guy named Dunk, D-U-N-K, but it's short for Duncan. And he is a knight. It opens up with like a death of a loved one, and I won't spoil anything more than that. There's another character named Egg, who is interesting. He is bald. He is bald. That's not the only reason he's interesting, but he is bald. But yeah, it just follows like his storyline, and a lot of my friends were telling me that they liked it because like Game of Thrones has a lot to do with like these like major big families and kind of like the politics and like underhanded dealings that go on when it comes to like kingdom-wide disputes, right? So Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is in that same universe, is in that same world, but it's just like about a little guy who isn't so little. He's actually very tall, but it's just about a guy. It's just about a dude. Like there's no need to discuss politics and royal families, even though they do show up. They do have a good dynamic. Yeah, they do have a good dynamic. So it's been an interesting watch so far. Like at first I thought the pacing was kind of slow, but it was because we were coming from like The Boys and Invincible. But like the show itself is actually like pretty solid, and I think it's more realistic. Cause like when you first watch it, it's like, oh, like by the end of this episode, Dunk is gonna be like an XYZ. He's gonna like be able to do this thing, and then like he's gonna go off on his adventure. And it doesn't go that way. It's actually like a little bit more slower paced, and it's actually like, you know what, this is more realistic, because it's not realistic for like some guy from like Podunk nowhere to be like, I don't know, like King of the Knights, King of the North within like an episode, right? It's about a legend. Yeah, I didn't know until my friend had told me that if you rewatch Game of Thrones, like Sir Dunk gets mentioned. He gets mentioned like there as kind of like a legendary figure. So then it's like, ooh, so this guy from Podunk nowhere that's kind of derpy, he eventually becomes like some kind of legend, right? So like you kind of are already going in with that, and it's like, ooh, okay, I'm curious about the trajectory. I'm curious about how he gets from this point to that point, you know? So yeah. Will grow forevermore. See, I like the song too. Maybe it's not, you know, it's not top of the world, but it is always tied. Anyway, so yeah, guys, tomorrow we have a mini subathon. From what I saw, very good little show. Yeah, and it's only 6 episodes. And you would think that a show with 6 episodes is like, you know, like Sherlock, where it's like, oh, each episode is like an hour and a half, right? But no, each episode is just 30 minutes. If you like have HBO money and or get the show through other very legal, deliciously legal means, you might see that like, oh no, it's a 40-minute runtime. It's like 5 minutes of recap and then 5 minutes of like ads for other shows on HBO. So it's actually like only, excuse me, air bubbles, is only really like a 30-minute episode. and it's only 6 episodes, so like it's very doable. It's like if you are the kind of person like me who likes to binge it, you can probably get it done within a day. But for me and the fam bam, we've just been watching like 2 episodes a day. Maybe it's Maybelline. But yeah, so tomorrow, you guys, tomorrow, on the morrow, as they say in Night of the Seven Kingdoms. We have a mini subathon, and I'm calling it mini because like my upper limit is 50 subs. I was looking at samples of other subathons, and it's like, oh, I hope I get like 1,000 subs or like 50,000 subs, and I'm like, I hope I get 20. Like 20 would be real nice. 1 would also be great, because I'm also like kind of going into this with like even if I get 0, it's fine because I'm still gonna donate to the like foundation. But like I feel like realistically, I'm probably gonna get a couple subs in there, right? So you know what? Let's go over it. So this is a Sunbear mini subathon, and we're going to be donating to BSBCC Japan. Wow, 88 Rising. This is so 2018 Binka. This is so 2016 to 2018 Binka. So we're going to be donating to this organization. This is the BSBCC Japan specifically. This is the Borneo Sun Bear Conservation Center. So they have these, they protect sun bears. They protect sun bears, and you can send them gifts. You can send them honey, a hammock, enrichment, 1 week's worth of meals, and an annual medical checkup. So the reason why I set my like upper limit of now I have all these invincible pictures on my tabs. The reason why I set it at 20 is because like if I wanted to get the highest tier gift, which is a medical checkup, it would just be around like $100 something. And I do believe that is the price for 20 subs total. So I'm hoping for 20 subs, but like we do have some stretch goals if people are feeling very generous. And no pressure too. That's the thing. This is a mini subathon. This is a mini subathon. Like I said, I'll be happy with just like a couple of subs. And even if we get 0, it's fine, you know? It's all fine. But I'm hoping that like we at least get to 20. We do have some stretch goals up to 50. But here's what's in store. So it's going to be tomorrow, 11 a.m. PST. I know not a lot of people are usually like out and about during that time, or like checking out people's streams at that time, but that's totally fine for me because I think that's going to be a good way to ease myself into the whole idea that this is a subathon and this is the first big kind of like event that I have. That's not like a birthday or an anniversary stream. So, first of all, here are our sub goals, as in like if we get to like these totals, then you guys get something new unlocked for the stream that we can all enjoy. And I think 90% of these are, no, I think 100% of these are like done. So if we get 1 sub tomorrow, just 1, if we just get 1, you guys get a new emote. Isn't that neat? I already made the emote. I'm excited for you guys to see it as well. It's an animated one, by the way. It's an animated one. You know what? I'll say this. It doesn't have my face on it. It doesn't have my face on it. Now, you might be thinking, like, oh, that's kind of lame then, isn't it? Like I pay Binka bucks for Binka, like, material, right? What do you mean it doesn't have my face on it? It has someone else's face on it. An anime emote. It's animated. It's animated. Also, I apologize if like the sniffles or if some of my words get cut off. Like I said, sometimes I'm still kind of like semi-recovering. As you can see, I can talk, but like I still get like phlegm and stuff. Sipon in like Tagalog. So yeah, we get a new emote unlocked at 1 sub. And this is all, oh god, these freaking air bubbles. If we get a total of 5 subs donated to the channel, so this is like if it's like 5 different people or like 1 person donates like 5 or more, then you guys get a new channel redeem. And this is a pretty neat one. It's a little experimental. I'll say that it's kind of similar to a redeem that, I don't want to spoil too much. Let's just say that it's class appropriate. It's a class appropriate redeem. So yeah, we'll keep it at that. So you guys get a new channel redeem if we unlock a total of 5 subs. If we get a total of 10 subs, then a new PNG outfit. This is more so for like me enjoying the art of the act of creating art, but it's another model that you guys can like check out and be like, wow, that's a heck of a model. So like we'll unlock a new PNG outfit with that. That one's already finished. I just like rigged it up as well in PNGTuber Remix, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. If we get to that goal, by the way, if we don't unlock all these goals during tomorrow's stream, they will still be eventually revealed, but not as quickly as like all within one stream, you know? So for example, if we don't get to 10 subs tomorrow, then I'm still gonna show off the PNG outfit, but just not tomorrow, just like during another time. So yeah, 10 subs, new PNG outfit. This is gonna be a rigged one on PNGTuber Remix. And then 20 subs, if we get to my personal maximum, 20 subs, we get a new class scene. So you know how like, you know, we can convert this class into like medieval, we can make it Egyptian, we can make it Cubist, we can make it surreal and all that stuff. You guys are gonna get another class scene that you can convert the class to, basically. That one's also done. That one's done, and it's actually like programmed in. It's just like the redeem itself is not actually like active yet. So there's that. And then we do get some stretch goals too. But before I get into that, there's also some incentives. So what is the personal incentive for donating? So other than like these collective goals, we also have a couple of incentives here. So if you donate 1 sub, then you can request a doodle from me. I'm thinking tomorrow we might open up Magma Board so that I could just draw it on the fly. Because the thing is, I was going to do like MS Paint doodles at first, but I was like, Magma Board has slightly better quality. So we're probably going to do that. And then if you donate a 5 subs in one go, I haven't decided yet if it's like 5 subs like over the course of the stream or 5 subs like all in one go. Magmo board, Magmo! Then you can actually request a full-on either illustration or chibi fugi. So for example, if you're like a PNGTuber or if you've ever like, you know, tuned into like other people's streams and you see that little like fugi react in the corner, that's what I mean by fugi. Like basically you can get like a little like simplified little chibi avatar or illustration. This one might not be done on stream, but will either be done off stream, but it's the equivalent to basically like being able to commission me. So yeah, that's 5 subs. And then if you're able to donate 10 subs, which is very generous, which I'm not fully expecting, but if anyone ever does 10 subs, like all at once, then you can actually decide the next educational stream topic. So you know me, I love doing educational streams. And if you have a topic in mind, then I will research that topic and I will make a stream of that. And depending on who you are, you'd also be welcome to join that stream as well if you want to yap about it yourself. But yeah, that is those are some of the like individual incentives. So this is if you personally donate, these are some of the like rewards that you can get. And then like this is more so like collective, right? There's more so collective things that get unlocked, if that makes sense. So with that in mind, we can go on to some stretch goals. So once again, 20 subs is kind of like my personal like goal. But if we go further, can we get much higher? So high. If we want to go higher, then if we get to 30 subs total within that stream, excuse me, there's a new stream avatar variant. And if you don't know what that means, those little stream avatars at the bottom there, the little Babinkubs, I will unlock a new type of Babinkub, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. But yeah, there's a new variant. I've hinted at it in past streams, but it'll be the real deal tomorrow if we unlock it via 30 total subs. And then 40 subs, not just 1, not just 2, but 3 new PNG models become unlocked. These 3 models are not rigged, by the way. They don't wiggle. at all, but they were made in 3 very interesting, unique, in my opinion, like very interesting and unique styles. So like I had a lot of fun. Rigged. Like no, that's the thing. They're not rigged. They're not rigged. That's the crazy part. They're not rigged at all. I know that might not seem believable coming from me, but they're not rigged. So yeah, it's through 3 new PNG models that I'll be unlocking all at once, and eventually you'll be able to unlock it yourself with the redeem. Like you'll be able to like change me into that form, you know? Not rigged like a mosh, we hear ya. Oh my gosh. You gotta believe me. Now, I did have a hard time deciding on what would be like the 50 sub kind of reward. And I was looking at a lot of other people's subathon like samples to kind of like get ideas. And one idea was to play a horror game. An educational horror game. Which does exist. Which does exist, by the way. So... Oh, excuse me. So yeah, like there is an educational horror game that I am interested in playing. So that is something, because another thing with like making this list of like
64
slices of American cheese. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me. No, wait, what happened? Okay, I was gonna say like, what happened to the cheese? It hanged. It hanged for a bit. Thank you for the cheese. That's a question I would have. Let's say someone donates 10 over the course of the time, like 5 each. Oh, Owen, hello. Hello, thank you for the raid. Hello, I'm medieval right now. I got fooled. The classroom turned medieval for like a little bit, and then I turned myself medieval. But if you would like to see my true form, I will do this. There we go. I'm back. We're back. You guys are just in time. I'm talking about an event that I have tomorrow. No, my legs! My legs. Anyway, hello, mechanics. Hello. Sorry, I'm still recovering from a cold, so you might hear me like sniffle every so often, but hello, my name is Babinka Bear. I'm your local sun bear, art history teacher, and educational streamer. Today we're just yapping for a little bit. I've been recovering from a cold for the past 2 weeks, so I've had to cancel stream a whole bunch of times, so I'm actually finally happy to be able to yap with you guys. And I do have a mini subathon happening tomorrow, so I was just going kind of like over the details of that. But before I do that, thanks again, Owen, for the raid. How you guys doing? What were you guys doing? Let's see who we got here. We got Kayla Gayla. Oh, yes, that's right. It's DDR Friday. How was it? Are you feeling like the good workout? By the way, I know how tiring that is. So if you have to raid and run, no worries. No worries at all. But also welcome mechanics. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Oh, I'm big. I am big in the binks. Hunter Cerberus, hello. I also saw that you joined the class a little while ago. So thank you. Sparkly Race Cat Raid. Hello. And then Sarah and Celeste, hello. Welcome. I hear that as a cry for help, so please return to normal bear. And I did. I returned to normal bear. Friday night DDR, real sweaty. I walked all over NYC this week, so I kind of slacked off and took it easy and yapped more. Nice. Also, nice. Walking all over NYC. Let's freaking go. Very nice. Someone hosed down the cat. But I'm glad. It looks like you're getting your cardio in. I've actually had to... I don't want to say slacking off because, like I said, I've been sick for the past couple of weeks. But I haven't been to the gym in like a minute. So, oh yeah, by the way, the playlist we're listening to right now is like... Spotify did this new thing where it's like, oh, these are the like your top songs of all time that you've been on Spotify. And unsurprisingly, a lot of it is like VTuber related. And the top one, my #1 song, was Top of the World, and I was like, yeah, that tracks. That makes sense. Make us forget what so he looks like a skeleton. No, not Bruno Mars, right? Isn't that crazy? I thought Bruno Mars would be on top of the list. But look, let me read the list to you guys, and then we'll get back into talking about the subathon. Okay, so #1 is Top of the World, followed by a Higurashi song, followed by Queen by Kanadia, you know, the one that all the VTubers cover, the Lie Baby, my life. And then another Higurashi song, and then Nonfiction by Hollow Myth, always tied by Tempest, or sorry, Tempest VG. And then 88 Rising, because during 2016, 2018, I had a whole, like, I don't know, phase where I just listened to them a lot. Journey Like 1,000 Years by Hollow Myth. Rise by Council. Not Promise, Council. Actually, yeah, this is Council because Sana's in this song. And then let's see, when do you actually get like a Bruno Mars song in here? There's actually a lot of songs that like Hamilton's on here before Bruno Mars. Porter Robinson, oh my gosh. This is so 2016, 2018. Shelter by Porter Robinson. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Hamilton's on here. 88 Rising. Let's see. Stellar by Suisse. Kendrick Lamar is here before Bruno Mars. It's crazy. I am a fake fan. I'm a fake fan. Even though I'm going to his concert. Like, Kendrick Lamar is here before, which actually still makes sense. I do love Kendrick, but dang. Yeah, Astro Girl is here before. Okay, there we go. The first Bruno Mars song on here is Die With a Smile. Which is surprising because, like, during, like, I want to say 2015, also to 2019-ish, I did listen to a lot of Bruno Mars. So, that is surprising, but I guess I just listened to a lot of these songs a lot more. But yeah, so, I don't know, that's crazy to me. And also, like, Spotify did this thing where it shows you, like, the very first song that you streamed on Spotify. And it was a freaking, whatchamacallit, Steven Universe medley. And I was like, yep, you know what? That also tracks. That also tracks. Very, very, I guess, 2010s, millennial living in the 2010s core, you know? At least there's no Stomp Clap on here, you know? Which I also did like Stomp Clap once upon a time. Okay. Oogie! So yeah, for those who don't know, I'm gonna have a mini subathon tomorrow, and all the proceeds from that subathon is gonna go to the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center in Borneo, but also specifically the Japanese site for it, because they have a lot of like cute little rewards. You can send gifts to the sun bears, where we're doing this because sun bears, the non-VTuber sun bears, are actually endangered due to deforestation, and a lot of things that humans had done to the planet, right? So this is a center that focuses on taking care of them, and you can gift them things like honey and hammock and enrichment and 1 week's worth of meals and an annual medical checkup. So my personal maximum, the reason why it's a mini subathon is because my personal maximum is about 20 subs. So that would be enough to give 1 annual medical checkup to 1 little bear. But we also do have some stretch goals. We do have some stretch goals, so just for a quick recap for those who missed it. Humans, exactly. You love bears so much. Well, yeah. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. I love bears so much. But yeah, so if we unlock a total of 1 sub, you guys will unlock a new emote for the channel. 5 subs is a new channel redeem. 10 subs is a new PNG outfit that is rigged with PNGTuber remix. And then 20 subs is a new class scene. So aka like you can actually change the, for those who don't know, if you have channel points, you can change the classroom into different like art styles, because I am an art historian, right? So we're gonna add another one. If we unlock a total of 20 subs. There are incentives too. There are incentives, and I know that Fugubi had asked me a question right before the raid, so let me yeah, there we go. This is a good example. We are now so surrealist. We are now in a surrealist classroom. We have now become the uncanny automaton. The likes of Salvador Dali and let's see, Man Ray and Marcel Duchamp, you know, even though they're more Dada than surreal. But anyway, who's keeping count? But yeah, if you donate just 1 sub, then you can request a doodle from me. Just a nice simple doodle. If you donate a total of 5 subs, you get the equivalent of a commission from me. So it can either be an illustration or a chibi fugi kind of like a little avatar for streaming and or like being in other people's streams. And then 10 subs is you get to choose an educational stream topic, and I will research it and I will make a whole stream out of it because that's one of my favorite things to do. And before I get to the stretch goals, I know Fugubi had asked a question, so let me go ahead and read that. Let's say someone donates 10 over the course of time, like 5 each. Would they have the option for double illustration Fugu or just the educational topic? That's a great question, Fugubi. So I would leave that up to you. So if or the person that donated. So if you donate a total of 10 subs, but you want a double illustration instead, you can do that. You can do that. So most likely for these, I would probably contact the person like at the end of the stream and be like, okay, so which reward would you like, right? Or I would ask you probably in the middle of the stream, but if I miss it, if I happen to miss your message, I would just probably like DM you and ask you. But yeah, great question, Fugubi. So yeah, those are some of the personal incentives. That's what you would get for donating. And these are kind of more collective goals. And then for stretch goals, because like I said, my personal goal is 20 subs. That would already be planned. That would be very generous, right? But if we get to 30, we get a new stream avatar variant. So if you guys look on the floor there, those are the stream avatars known as the Bebinkubs. That's representations of you guys. And you guys come in different flavors. I mean, colors. And you can wear little hats. So I would unlock a new variant. And then 40 subs, if we get a total of 40 subs, you would unlock 3 new PNG models. By the way, a lot of these assets are done. They're done and they're programmed in already. So the 3 new PNG models are not rigged, as in they don't wiggle and move around, but because I'm basically just using VAutoTube for them. VAutoTube Mini. So, but they're all in 3 very distinct art styles that I had a lot of fun researching and basically trying to emulate. So some of them are kind of, this is the only hint I'll give, is that they're based off historical art styles. Let's put it that way, historical art styles. So like, you guys already know that I have like a medieval model, I have a Egyptian model, I have a whole bunch of different models. This is adding 3 more to that if we reach a total of 40 subs. And then the last goal, if we unlock a total of 50 subs, you unlock the possibility of me playing a horror game. And one thing with that... Oh, excuse me. Let me get a drink of water, actually. I also had another air bubble in my nose, so I had to, like, just handle that. But, I didn't want to put any, because I was looking at other people's like subathon, donathon like examples, and I feel like there were a lot of things on this wasn't anything that I saw on anyone that I knew personally, but I would just like Google like subathon, donathon like examples, and I saw a lot of them were based off things that like almost felt like they were based off like humiliation or something that the streamer did not want to do, and I don't know if that was like an angle that I wanted to go with, you know, like, because I feel like people are like, oh, I'm gonna put in a game that I don't want, you know, I'm gonna put in something that like my audience wants for me but I don't want for me, you know, and like there's something about that just didn't appeal to me. And I saw that for a lot of like donathon and subathon goals, they would put like, oh, a horror game, because I would hate that. I would hate playing a horror game and being horrified and blah blah blah. And at first I was also like, I don't know if I want to put a horror game as one of my incentives, but I think one of it was like, I would be interested, actually. I would be interested. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Sorry, excuse me. Where it's like, oh yeah, if you donate like 100 subs, Binka's gonna admit that Miku is an AI or something that I would absolutely hate, right? Something that I would absolutely despise. Or like, Babinka makes an educational stream about how Digimon is mid as heck, you know? like something that like would go against the core of my person, you know, to do. So like, with horror games, a part of me at first was like, I don't want to play a horror game, you know, that's not really my thing. Like, I did it once on stream and I kind of like hated it, even though a lot of people felt like, I think like a lot of people actually liked it. Beeplebees, hello. We're talking about, we're having a subathon tomorrow, and these are some of the goals that we have. So we're going to be unlocking a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, with horror games, I realized that I would actually be down for a horror game if either Beans was with me, like playing with me, or if it was during the daytime, or if there was like a some kind of like comedy in it, you know? But I also realized another way that I would be into playing a horror game on stream would be if it were educational. And the thing is, there is a educational horror game. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but there is one that I would actually be super down to play. So, yeah. What if junking, but every time you make it to a new area, you get 5 subs on top of that? That'd be sick. That was another thing, is that I didn't want to play a rage game either, because, like, I don't know what that would be like, honestly. I don't know if I would actually get raged, or if I would just be, like, depressed and be like, alright, I'm tired of this, you guys. We're gonna end stream. Like, but it's actually not Baldi's Basics, but yeah. First thing, sorry. Give me a second. Sorry, that wasn't like a sick cough. That was me accidentally inhaling my saliva cough. So, you know, the usual affair. First thing I heard was make an educational stream about how Digimon is mid-AF. No! I was given an example of, like, I wouldn't want a stream goal or, like, a sub-goal being, like, something that I am morally against. For any new students, please know that I love Digimon. I love it to my core. Also, beeplebees, I caught up on Beat Break. I caught up on Digimon Beat Break. I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. I caught up last week when I was, like, really sick and I couldn't do anything else. And, like, Beans and my boss both, like, my boss had to text me and be like, you need to rest. Like, you're sick. My boss was like, I see that you're online right now. I need you to get offline and, like, and rest. So, like, I literally had to, like, you know, sit down and, like, just make myself, like, relax. So I ended up just marathoning all of Digimon Beat Break, which you all should do, which is great, actually. I love it so much. Digimon roast stream, I would never. Unless it's about, maybe Digimon try roast stream, maybe. But yeah, so last goal before I catch up on chat is, yeah, like, I would want to play a horror game. I would want to play an educational horror game. Because the one horror game that I did play on stream was all about, like, looking at a, like, ancient relic and kind of observing it, and that's my ish, you know? That's my favorite thing, is to just, like, look at an object and be like, ooh, like, what's up with this? You know, and I can rotate it, and I can find out its secrets, but it was also a horror game, so it was kind of scary. Pokemon roast stream went. I love Pokemon though. I'm never in the, like, Pokemon anti, like, pro Digimon anti Pokemon camp. I was never like that. Oddly enough, I had, like, a weirder thing as a kid that I am ashamed of. I will get to that, but I've always been a lover of both. I've always loved both Pokemon and Digimon. But let me tell you, like, the weirdest mentality that I had as a kid. And when I say this out loud, you guys are gonna, like, cringe. You guys are gonna cringe so hard. And I'm gonna say it right now. I was a child. I was a child and stupid, okay? So as a kid, I was really into Harry Potter. And then when I saw that the Lord of the Rings movies were coming out, I thought that the vibes of the Lord of the Rings was too close to Harry Potter, and I thought it was a ripoff. Not knowing, and I have to say, remember, I was a child and stupid. Not knowing that Lord of the Rings predated Harry Potter by a lot. By, like, decades. I did not know that, okay? I did not know that. Y'all are gonna cringe so hard. I was a child. She was a child. Ugh. Like, there's only one thing worse than a rapist. A child. I used to be a huge Harry Potter fan, and then I grew up. Dude, I love the world building of Harry Potter, but, like, dude, I hate J.K. Rowling so much. And, like, the more you find out about, like, her, the more it makes sense. Like, when you look back at Harry Potter, it's like, yeah, this is this isn't great. Like, but yeah, I was a Harry Potter fan, and I was like, when I saw the Lord of the Rings movies, I was like, I think it's copying Harry Potter. And I refused to watch it, and then I learned later on that, like, no, yeah, this predates Harry Potter by decades. Like, Digimon roast stream, but it's just critiquing Digimon designs in a completely constructive manner. I actually like that idea a lot. I love Pokemon. I don't think I can ever not love Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon's the best. They're so cute. Yeah, XD, oh my gosh. So like My Immortal, they were posers. They were posers. Imagine being a child that crawled out of my egg fully formed. Just like Athena. One Chinese character being named Cho Chang. Oh my gosh, okay, we have to go to an ad break. We have to go to an ad break. But there were these really funny videos that I saw, but I cannot show them. Like, they're also like, okay, I'm just gonna cut it off there. Like, I'm just gonna cut it off there. I'll see you guys after the ad break. Okay, we're back. We're back. And yes, beeplebees. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. Yeah, we were talking about Harry Potter, for those that are catching up. It was weirdly anti-Semitic in the game. Also had those elements in the series as pro-slavery. Yeah, like I love the Harry Potter, like, you know, world building growing up. I was definitely one of those kids that was like, I would be in this house. I would be in Ravenclaw because I like wisdom and intelligence and stuff and stuff. I hate that. That was, dude, in retrospect, it's like, oh, you're either like brave, racist, smart, or miscellaneous. Like, you know, like I like loved it as a kid, but then like, yeah, the more you like really dissect the story and just see how like problematic it is, it's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, it's not even one of those things where it's like, oh, you can enjoy Harry Potter without like but not like praise J.K. Rowling because she's like a piece of poop, you know? It's like when you actually go back and read it, it's like, ugh. Like, My Immortal had a more positive impact on society than the source material. And yeah, beeplebees, you absolutely clocked it. Like, the my name if I was a J.K. Rowling character. I wasn't sure if I was gonna mention it because like I've been seeing a whole bunch of videos that like kind of make fun of it, but it does get like some of the names get really racist, but I think what it is that it's making fun of like J.K. Rowling's just like very surface level research, if any, you know? Like if any research into like other cultures at all. So it's not even necessarily like for sure there's people kind of using it to like as an excuse to be racist, but a lot of it is kind of like making fun of that. Like there was one guy who I saw was like, oh, like J.K. Rowling naming a black character, and then like it's all these like kind of racist things, and then it's like what is it, Kingsley Shacklebolt, and then people are like, wait, that's like actually a real name. That's an actual real name that like J.K. Rowling had named one of like the black characters in. Yes. Yes, Kayla. Literally one of the black characters in Harry Potter is called Kingsley Shacklebolt. Like that's an actual thing. And then like what Matthew had said is that like one of the Asian characters is Cho Chang. Like those are two surnames. Like what are we doing here, you know? And like if you look into some of the world building she did where it's like, oh yeah, Hogwarts is its own like wizarding school in London, and then like all of Eastern Europe shares a wizarding school, but then so does all of Western Europe. But then also like all of Africa has like one wizarding school, all of the Americas have one wizarding school. But also Japan has its own wizarding school, and it's like, these are so, like, these are so bad. Like, and it's, I think the Japanese one, it's called like Mahotokoro, which just means like magic place. You know, there was no attempt at like wordplay like she did with like Hogwarts and wizarding school Japan. Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, like going back to what we were saying with beeplebees, where it's like, oh, Peck School, hello. We're making fun of J.K. Rowling and what she would name ourselves if we were all characters. Like, because I think, like, a big part of the joke, too, is that, like, there's a difference between stereotypical names and then names that are just comically, like, you did no research. You are literally just going off of stereotypes. And people be said, like, me when J.K. Rowling names me Bombette Talibé. Because I was thinking of like, oh, what would be like the J.K. Rowling name for Filipinos, right? Because I was here thinking of like a stereotypical name for Filipinos would be something like John Carlos de los Santos, right? But that assumes that J.K. Rowling did any kind of research on Filipino culture and knows about colonization. And no, that wouldn't be the case. So I was making this joke that I feel like with anything that she knows about Filipinos, like she's probably of the camp that's just like, oh yeah, they're just Chinese people and Mexicans mixed together. And I would feel like she would name a Filipino character Ching Chong Marcos. Like, you know what I mean? Like she would not. Like, I feel like that's literally what she would name a Filipino character, you know? Because that's what I mean, the difference between, like, a stereotypical, like, oh yeah, you could probably meet, like, a Filipino person that's named, like, what's it called? Like, Christian de los Santos, or Christian de la Cruz, or, like, John Carlos, or like, she named someone Bongbong Marcos, that would be correct. You're so right, Matthew. You're like 100% right. That's the thing. People want to be Gryffindor because of Harry. Everyone wants to be Ravenclaw, but they aren't cool enough for it. And most people are going to be Hufflepuff. And Slytherin are just Nazis, exactly. Oh, one of my cats wants out. Gino wants out, so give me a second. Okay. Let's see. Miscellaneous fries me like, why was Hufflepuff like that? Right? Where it was like, you could either be brave, racist, or smart, or miscellaneous. It's like, dang. She really did not care for Hufflepuff. It's like everyone else is in Hufflepuff. 11 subs, read my immortal. Oh, wait, I would actually be kind of down for that. I'm gonna write this down. Where's my notepad? Oh no, where did I put my notepad? It's lost forever. I don't... No, actually I see it. Happened or what could have been. Finally. I'm gonna write that down. I'm not saying that I'm actually gonna add it as a sub goal, but that might be really funny, actually. Alright, my immortal. I'm just gonna write that in my notepad and forget what the context was and be like, why is one of my tasks my immortal? 100 subs. For my immortal? Maybe. Let's see, Key and Peele Inner City Wizarding School sketch? Yeah, that one! Where it's like, he turned into a rat again. He turned into a rat. Oh wait, no, that's actually a rat. I'm just sitting here thinking, are there any... And are any other of these schools named stuff like Pee Pee Boo Boo School? Yeah, 100%. The entire 2 continents of the Americas get one singular school! Yeah, I don't remember, I think there is one in like South America, but it's like, really? You're gonna make all of like South America share one school, you know? She would probably name me Red Wet Rear. I'm Native American Mexican. Exactly, like, I think that's the, like, kind of, like, thing of the joke of, like, what J.K. Rowling would name me, because it's not even, like, what's a stereotypical name? It's, like, if someone only knew the stereotypes of a place, like, how would they use that as a naming convention? And I think that's what, like, makes these memes so funny, is that, like, while some of them do draw on, like, racism, it's kind of making fun of J.K. Rowling herself, right? I don't know if I'm glad that she didn't pick a Latino character or offended that she didn't. For the best, probably, yeah, because then she would name it something like I said, like, a stereotypical name that, like, I would probably hear would be, like, let's say, like, Jesus, Chavez. Jesus, like I said, De La Cruz, even though I associate that with Filipinos. but, like, with her, it's, like, comically bad, you know? It's, like, I can't think of anything, but, like... Say, like, I think for like J.K. Rowling, it would literally just be like Speedy Gonzalez, you know. And yeah, what Matthew said is completely correct. Like, if she named someone Bong Bong Marcos, that would actually be historically correct, because there was a president named Bong Bong Marcos. I think that's the current president, actually. Now that I think about it. Oh my god, now Schnackery wants to leave. Give me a second. Okay, now both cats have left. They don't like me talking about J.K. Rowling. If J.K. Rowling was a better writer, the poor distribution of wizarding schools could be an actual plot point about wizard society's racism, but nah, it was just there unquestioningly. Oh my gosh, 100%. 100%. I was thinking that's what she was going for, but then Japan and England get their own schools. Yeah, like, for real, right? Like all of Asia really? No, actually, now I'm curious. Wizarding schools. Global. Show me the map. Oh my gosh. Some of the regions just don't even have. Some of the regions straight up just don't even have a wizarding school. Scrappy and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Not throwing away my shot. Ayo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Alright, here we go. Alright, this is a map. This is from Reddit. But this is a map of all of the, oh my gosh, what the frick? These are all the wizarding schools. So, here... The UK just has its one school, you know, it's got Hogwarts. So you got like, you know, if you're Irish, Welsh, Scottish, or English, you know, you could go to Hogwarts, makes sense. Did they? Yeah, they... Actually, no, I'm thinking, like, how many, like, Scottish, Irish, and Welsh students did they actually, like, show in the books? Because I actually don't know, you know? Beauxbatons is, oh my god, it's not even all of West Europe. It's literally just, like, France, the Low Countries, and, like, Spain, Portugal. That's crazy. So, like, these... there's no magic. There's no magic in Germany. And in Eastern Europe, there's no magic. Oh, no, wait. Durmstrang. Durmstrang is there. I remember Durmstrang from the 4th book, right? But there's no freaking magic in Germany. There's no magic in Sweden. They believe in good old science over there. Russia has its own, I guess. Koldovstorets. So all the... No, what did I do? Here. And then Japan has its own. There's no magic in Asia. Guys, there's no magic in the Philippines. Dang. I can't believe Bong Bong Marcos will never be a wizard. Dang. Remember hearing that there's a side book of some kind where they talk about how Quidditch isn't popular at the American Wizard School and they play a lowbrow explosion heavy sport because lol Americans, am I right? I mean, that's the one thing that I'll give it to, I'll give him that. But I wouldn't call it lowbrow. They just don't understand. The fact that all of Africa shares one school is such a British thing to write. Right? Right? Yeah, so it's called Uwagado. All of Africa has the same wizarding school, and then Mahotokoro is Japan. And then, by the way, friggin' Ilvermorny isn't even... like, it's just the US, so not even Canada, Mexico gets a wizarding school? What kind of ish is that? Like... I mean, that does also seem like, you know, with the current US political atmosphere, that doesn't seem too out of, you know, that seems expected. I'll say that. That seems expected. But it's also like, man, are we for real right now? The South American school's name just translates to Wizard Castle. Yeah, exactly. All of South America also has a school. This is Castelo Brujo. Castelo Brujo. You telling me that, like, all the Spanish-speaking and Portuguese-speaking parts of South America are gonna be going to one wizarding school? Let's see, because she just used Google Translate and no regard for grammar, it sounds like a big castle that is a wizard. Canadians aren't allowed. I'm so sorry, Gojikins, we can't learn magic together. You, me, and Ghosty, we can't learn magic together. This sucks. They had it too good for too long. F Canada, F Mexico, F Greenland, F half of all Asia. Yeah, there's no magic in Mexico or the Caribbean. Peck School, we can't learn magic. We can't learn magic. Australia isn't magical. F Australia. No, but they're so magical. How else are they gonna get rid of all the spiders? I can't believe to see that the magic starts at the border. It starts at the border. The minute you cross the border, no more magic. Like, oh my god. This is killing me. Asia is very famous for not having any mythology related to magic. Yeah, they don't believe all of my grandmas and grandpas and all of, you know, all of my elders all believe in good old-fashioned science, baby. Peoples, we are only able to learn magic via the public outreach or magical correspondence. Got it, they outlawed magic in Central America, and that's why the Mayans are gone. Can't believe Bombette Delabane could never be a wizard. Whether she was in Canada or stayed in Yemen. Oh my gosh. No, Bombette, no. As a palate cleanser, we can have Little Witch Academia watch on. Yeah, there's a Filipino witch in that one. She even has a little, like, Filipino broom. Yeah, Central America, I guess. No, there's no magic in Central America. They will never know the famous maple wizard, Gordon Mackenzie. Is that a, like, is that, like, an actual figure? I don't know my Canadian figures. I'm so curious. If you guys have a maple wizard, I'd be so interested. Dang, no magic allowed. Like, anywhere in Asia that's not, like, Russia and Japan, right? Wait, does that mean the former Soviet Union? Like, does that mean when all these countries were part of the Soviet Union, they did have magic, and then the moment they achieved independence, it was like, nope, no more magic. No more. Is magic just colonialism? Well, no, because, like, South America and Africa also have magic. Maybe there's still hope. Maybe these are just the Rowling branded for-profit wizard schools. Yes, there we go. We need our public schools back. Our public wizarding schools. Gord is just an aggressively Canadian name. Oh my gosh. I love Gord Mackenzie. I believe in Gord Mackenzie. What if the Mayans were against magic because they were so scientific and the European wizards won, and that's why there's no magic in Mexico, Central America? I believe it. I believe it. The balkanization of magic. Exactly. The moment you get rid of the USSR, that no more magic, you guys. Belarus, Ukraine, Armenia, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, they all could have had magic. They all could have had magic, but they just had to want independence for themselves and not be ruled by another sovereign nation. American Dumbledore would be John Roberts. I feel like it has to be more comically, like comically inept, like Gunshot McGee, or like John Bob for sure. Actually, that's a good one. That's a good one. John Bob, you know? I feel like it has to be something more comic. Like, if people are saying that, like, J.K. Rowling would name an Irish character, like, you know, Irish McCarbomb or something like that, I feel like the American Dumbledore has to be Billy Joe Bob. I feel like the American Dumbledore has to be something like, what's that one drinking game where you tape a beer bottle to your hand? Edward 40 Hands? I think that's it. I think that's the name. It's Edward 40 Hands. It's Gunshot 40 Hands, you know? Reminder that Dumbledore was named Brian. Oh my gosh. One of his names. It's one of his names. Stealing a name from a Shathid 14 player, but American Dumbledore would be Johnny Football. Middle name Gun. Johnny G Football. The G stands for gun, you know? I feel like it has to be like a specific kind of gun. The thing is, I don't know my guns. Edward 40 Hands. Yeah. Right? I don't know my guns. It has to be a Bible name. Yeah, like Ezekiel, right? Maybe Johnny is not short for like John. It's short for like a biblical name, like Yohanan or something. John Moses Browning. Oh my gosh. Well, this just has me thinking about the Key and Peele skit. Kringus McKringleberg. To the bride. Actual firearms designers. Oh, there you go. There you go. I should be Patrick McFinnigan. Yeah. Have you tried being born in a different country? Yup. Provide. We needed a list of American baseball player names that the Japanese game devs. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Wait. Let's see if we can find it. American baseball players according to Japanese game. Okay, here we go. This is from a 90s baseball game where a Japanese game designer had to make up a bunch of American names. Sleeve McDykel. Onsen Sweeney. Alright, I'm gonna need you guys to tag yourself in this. Anatoly Smorin. Daryl Archideld. Ray McScriff. No, McSriff. Glenn Allen Mixon. Not Nixon. Mixon. Mario Mc... How do you even read this? McRilwain. Raul Chamgerlain. Kevin Nogilny. Tony Smerick. Bobson Dugnuts. Willie Dustis. Jeremy Gride. Scott Dork. I don't know why that got me. I don't know why Scott Dork got me so good. Because I was just reading it. I didn't realize that if you just read it, it's just dork. Alright, I call Scott Dork. I call Scott Dork. Sorry if you guys wanted to claim it, but I'm gonna call Scott Dork right now. Sean Furcott. Dean Westray. The way your rig broke while you laughed. It's because I was covering my face. Oh my god. Dean Westray. Mike Truck. Dweet Portugal. Tim Sandael. Carl Dandleton. Mike Cernandez. Todd Gonzalez. Oh my god, these are great. These are great. Oh my gosh, all but two are like 1 or 2 letters off from being real names. It's so funny. You call Mike Truck? Alright. Kayla's got Mike Truck. Gojikins has Bobson Dugnut. The American version of Voldemort would be Ronald Reagan. I'm gonna pin that. Oopsie. Ariaga, Bariaga, and Pizzozza. That's like the Simpsons one, right? Where their heads are just rotating. Ariaga, Bariaga, and Pizzozza. Scotty the Dork was the Hall of Fame champ. I'm so sorry. I just think it's neat, that name. Definitely Dwigged Warchgal. No, yeah, cause like Kayla's so right that like all of these are like 1 letter off from being actual names, right? Like freaking Mike Cernandez. Mike Cernandez and Todd Gonzalez I think are like the best because they're like literally 1 letter off. Like, don't forget, yeah, Ariaga too. The fact that it's not even close to a last name, it just sounds like Portugal. The Gonzalez and Cernandez just sounds like someone that was trying to think of a name and they got told last minute, like, I need you to make up a name. And they're like, all right, Todd. And then like right in the middle of them thinking, the person's like, it can't be Hispanic. It's like, Cernandez. All right, give me another one. Give me another name. Todd. It can't be Hispanic. Gonzalez. Todd Gonzalez. Rip Gonzalez. If they had a single dude who spoke English or knew an American, they'd be correct, but we wouldn't remember it. Exactly. Exactly. This wouldn't be so famous if it made sense, right? I think Glenn Allen Mixon also rolls off the tongue in a nice way. It's just 1 letter off from Nixon, which makes it not so nice. Trying to think of what else. I like Dustis too. Willie Dustis. Mike Truck is such a good one. Mike Truck. And then Sleeve. I like Sleeve, the very first one. Sleeve McDykel. Reminds me of Hiromu Arakawa, the author of FMA, confessing she used a dictionary to find words and make up the last names of her characters. That one didn't seem as obvious. Also, apparently baseball games in Japan were super popular and often the go-to game for release on console. Ah, okay. If they didn't make the Japanese mistake for Dean Westray, they would have had an actual name. You're right. Yeah, Dean Westray. That could have been Dean Wesley. That could have actually been like an actual name, right? I don't know. I feel like just give it some time. I feel like we are eventually going to see a Mike Hernandez and a Todd Gonzalez one of these days, you know? Give it time. It might even be a Filipino person. I feel that just has Filipino vibes to me, you know? Like one letter off from like an actual name, you know? Like, I mean, that's why my IRL name is actually Didinka. Can you imagine? Oh my god, I can't believe Binka just doxed herself. Like, now everyone's gonna try to steal my identity of Didinka Dare. Try to stop me naming my kid Bobson Dug Nuts. I hate that the English thing is like a real damn, that's not even a stereotype. We got a Filipino Steve on Blues Clues. That is true, that is true. No one can stop you, but your kid will assassinate you. I love going through that meme with Beans about, you know the meme of like, Dad, why is my sister's name Rose? Oh, it's because your mom likes roses. Like, oh, okay, thanks, Dad. Yeah, don't mention it, like, meme name. You know? It's like, well, what would I do? Where it's like, Mom, why does Papa Beans like why is my sister named Pinto? It's like, oh, your dad really likes pinto beans like a lot. Thanks, Mom. Don't mention it. Monzemon, Hieronymus Bosch. Monzemon Hieronymus Bosch Hatsune Miku the Third. Napoleon. When I read the romanization of an English name, I feel racist for pronouncing it in my head. Sometimes though, when you like, I was actually giving this tip because my brother-in-law and one of my coworkers is going to Japan, and I was telling them that this is gonna sound weird, but like if you're talking to a person that doesn't know English, what might actually help is pronouncing a word kind of like with like Japanese phonemes, like almost like making the word a little bit more Japanese in a way. So instead of like saying telephone, you would say like telephone. Or like bathroom, like basurum, like doko, basurum doko, you know? So that actually will help sometimes. Then he will take up the mantle of Wizard Bear Streamer. The pause before Napoleon is required. The people is. Don't mention it, Digimon survived Shuji death scene. Trying to think of like what's the most satisfying like death I've ever seen in a piece of media. Don't mention it, Viserys from Game of Thrones death scene. A crown for a king. I mean, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I feel like that's first season spoilers, but that is a spoiler. I'm sorry I didn't put the spoiler pudding on there. But if any of you guys are interested in Game of Thrones, just know that that is a very good scene. But yeah, the pause before Napoleon. What did I say again? Like Monzemon, Hieronymus Bosch, Hatsune Miku the Third, Napoleon. If any of you are interested in Game of Thrones, don't. I actually did end up looking up the etymology of tomorrow. Because, like, we were watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And they kept on saying, like, oh, I'll contact you on the morrow. And I was like, what do they mean by... Like, I know that means tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh, no. I'm feeling some of the snot accumulate. I might have to end stream pretty soon. I still want to do Time Guesser, but I think you guys can start hearing that my voice is starting to get a little snotty. So, Yeah, I looked up the etymology of the word tomorrow. Because I kept on saying like on the morrow, on the morrow. It's like, oh, they obviously mean tomorrow, but what does that actually mean? And morrow means morning. So when people say on the morrow, they mean I'm gonna talk to you like tomorrow morning. And that became the word tomorrow. Like I said, you're free to go, but look around, look around. If I do karaoke, I have to figure out how to sing with a lower register. Because I try to force myself to sing high, and it doesn't work out so well. And I feel like I do have a naturally lower voice. So I gotta figure out how to freaking air. Nah, that's too high. Okay, anyway. Why is my name Rose? Oh, that's because when you were a newborn, a rose landed on your head. A person with a dent in head enters. Oh, hey, Brick. Oh my gosh. I was about to say the same thing. I bought my mom a belated Mother's Day present. Liquor! Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Your dad's got money. Specifically canned cocktails for our favorite liquor store is selling. Oh, nice! Nice. Actually, like, Beans' family is also having a late Mother's Day thing this upcoming week. But Thomas Paine, some men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. Listen to my declaration. Alright, let's play Time Guesser. We'll see how much more we can yap before my, like, sinuses start trying to kill me with a knife. In Minecraft. John Twitch, I'm just kidding, Especially all those things I said about, J.K. Rowling and, capitalism and, the other things. Anyway, let's play Time Guesser. Happen to be in the greatest city in the world. Oh, I hate rich people. It's true. I mean, for the John Twitch, it's that's just for fun. It's just in Minecraft. But anyway, yeah. Before we'll see how much more we can yap until my sinuses start killing me. We always got interesting stuff we haven't seen before. Ooh, I also got myself some moonshine in quotation marks. It's basically corn vodka, but 50%. Oh my gosh. Good luck. Drink safely. I do trust you. Drink safely though. Eliza and Peggy. All right, what do we got here? We got some. Oh my god, he on X Games. We got some X gamers over here. You know what? BMX did start getting popular around the 90s. So this might be post 90s. There is Cyrillic over here. I can read a little bit of it. This says Dama Nievid Imka. So Dama Nievidimka. That sounds like a name. This says Moscow something. So I feel like this might be Moscow. Moscow. I can't read the rest of it, unfortunately. But because it says Moscow something, I feel like maybe this is Moscow. This is Mona. Obriv. Vividien. Okay, it says 1898, but that's a trap. I'm pretty sure that's a trap. Because also, you can't even go all the way to 1898 on this thing. But this feels kind of like 90s-ish, so let's say 96. Maybe we'll say Moscow. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I'm just gonna take a guess. Moscow. Yes, it is Moscow, and we're only 3 years off. We called it. Yeah, X Games and BMX stuff started getting more popular around the 90s. 3 young men performing wheelies on their bicycles in front of Gorky Moscow Art Theater. Oh, cool, cool. Also, just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel raids. Just so people don't raid in and it's like, I'm actually ending. Okay. Next round, Petty's Drive-In, Metzger's Milk, Dr. Pepper. We got some cars. These do look 20s to 30s-ish. This has a vertical grill. This has a... Oh, no, this is horizontal. This has a vertical grill. So that could be like late 20s, early 30s. Let me take a look at my... my drawings real quick. My car drawings real quick. Do 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 do. And the giveaway, what's a Metzger and how does one milk one? The same way that you get almond milk, I would assume. So the thing that always makes me say like, oh, this looks kind of like 20s, 30s is that like, always look at the covering around the wheels. If they seem to jut out like this, it's more likely to be like earlier than the 40s and 50s. Because I think it is the 40s and 50s where they start becoming more incorporated in the car itself. No, actually I'm wrong. It's the 50s. In the 50s, you start to see like the covers around the wheels actually being incorporated with the overall shell. So if you ever see one where like the covers of the wheels are starting to jut out a little bit, it's more likely to be pre-50s. So in terms of like ways to actually like tell it apart from like, let's say the 20s to the 50s, for me, I try to do like the grill, if that's even the proper name, like this part in here where I assume like the fumes, like the exhaust comes out of. I don't know the vocab. I really should. A lot of them around the 30s are very vertical. Nayok Mirai, a beautiful star. Nayok Mirai, a beautiful star. Let's see. 40s, they're a little bit more like horizontal. So maybe this might be at the cusp of like, this might even be like, let's say 1935. But one pitfall with like being able to identify cars is that it could easily be like a country where they can't, or like a neighborhood where they can't afford like the latest models. So while we're looking at like 30s models cars, maybe this is the 1940s because it's like a poorer neighborhood, right? Carefully for the second part, I bet. Yeah, exactly. The quarter lunches. Take me back. Okay, maybe don't take me back because I feel like I will be hate crime during this time. But safety tip: call for Philip Morris. We proudly serve 7-Up. It likes me. Does it want to go out from frosty chocolate milkshakes? 13-inch hot dog. Only 10 cents. All kinds of sandwiches? All kinds of sandwiches? Is it really all kinds of sandwiches? They got peanut butter and pickle in there? Is it really all kinds of sandwich? Send me back to buy lunch, then bring it back to eat. There you go. There you go. There's a lot of cool 60s music, but I would 100% be hate crime. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that, like, I would want to go back to the past just to get, like, good prices on things, but I would not want to live there. I feel like they don't look kindly on purple bears, such as I, you know? Royal Crown Cola, Petty's Cafe and Curb Service, Metzger's Milk. So this is definitely like an English-speaking place. It feels very American, right? It does feel very American. I could be wrong. Could still be like Australia. Could be New Zealand. What does this say? I love you, kanoshite, ubate, warate kuru my honey. Castman, safety, Kodak. Be lucky, konnichiwa, baby. Wait, it says cents, so it has to be American, right? 10 cents for a 13-inch hot dog? That's because they made it with horse ankles. Yeah, they're using cents and they're using imperial. They're saying inch. They're not saying 13 centimeter hot dog, right? So this has to be America, right? Unless. Nah, I'm pretty sure. It's gotta be. The question is where, though. Check the license plate on the truck. That's a good tip. Also, let me see what you guys are saying. Mafia 30s aesthetic is immaculate, but dang, I would have to be as strong as a Lincoln Clay. As Lincoln Clay to survive. Fortunately, large brown bears are hate crime proof. I'll go get lunch if I have to learn how to time travel. Yep. Nice. Cool. So if we ever learn time traveling, we could ask folk to get us some lunches. Mafia 3 is extremely in your face about 1968 Louisiana racism. You play as a black Vietnam vet. There's stores that are whites only and every enemy calls you sirs. Ah, geez. Yeah, so at least they're like realistic, right? Canada disappears. which makes it more satisfying to blow their heads off with a shotgun in Minecraft, or I mean in Mafia 3. In Mafia 3, that is. Let's see. The license plate. Wait, Texas. Could this be Texas? I don't know. This kind of looks like a T, and then the middle kind of looks like an X. Maybe let's say Texas. Do we want to say like 1930s Texas? 1930s in America, though, would mean that it would be in the middle of the Great Depression and then getting into World War II. So it does look pretty barren. Let's say Dallas 1935. Definitely says Texas. Cool. I'm gonna get this. Everyone proceeds to have his chest cavity ventilated. There you go. There you go. All right, make a guess. No, it is Texas though, right? A roadside stand on US Highway 80 in Texas, located on the west side of Grand Prairie near Arlington city limits during the early 40s. Section of Highway 80 was once the primary route between Dallas and Fort Worth, was eventually replaced by the modern Interstate 30. Ah, okay. So we still got the right state. We did get that it was Texas. We were 7 years off, so it was the case of like it's an older car, because like maybe this is either a poor neighborhood, or I could be wrong. Maybe this is a 1940s car. But cool, not too bad, not too bad. Ooh, where is this? So we seem to be on a kind of river. We got a lot of people with those kind of like square hats that I usually associate with like West Asia. Oh wait, we have a flag. I think that's Bangladesh, isn't it? We do have a flag. I feel like that's, and we also have some writing that I associate more so with South Asia. So I'm not sure. I feel like that might be Bangladesh. It might be another flag. But I don't know if I'm like that good at my like flags. I also don't know what the capital of Bangladesh is. The fact that I couldn't even take advantage of 10-cent horse dogs because they would just refuse to serve me. Exactly. Not necessarily poor neighborhood. Oh, true. It's not even a poor neighborhood. It's just a town that is a truck stop and that's it. Exactly. The hat is Muslim, isn't it? It does remind me of that. I don't know for sure if it's like, if it's just Muslim or if it's like people from like West or South Asia. I personally associate it with like those regions, but I actually don't know for sure. So we will never know the magic of the 10-cent horse dong. Oh no. Maybe for the best. Dog. Ah, heck it. I was thinking Bangladesh because I think this is the flag, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I see that Matthew's saying Indonesia. I mean mystery meat. It is the Bangladesh flag. Alright, cool. I just want time in a tree. The thing is, I don't know which one is the capital. Not necessarily that this is the capital, but maybe there's other signage here that could help us. Unfortunately, I can't read the script. I just kind of like recognize it as one that you would see in like South Asia. Where you be? Yeah, Indonesia is just Poland inverted. You're right. Like the flag, right? Let's say Bogra. Actually, wait, this has to be a city that's bordering the river, because look. I just want to be happy. This one is near a river. Kulna? What about this one? Bogra? This one isn't necessarily on a river, so maybe it's more likely to be Kulna. Or it could be any city that's like on the... Oh, maybe this one? Rajshahi? Time in a tree. The picture quality itself looks more contemporary. Somewhere that I'm be free. This artist, by the way, if you guys are familiar with Game of Thrones, this is Grey Worm. I think his real name is Jacob Anderson, but his like artist name is Raleigh Ritchie, and he's actually one of my favorite artists. This is actually one of my favorite songs. Good in my head in Minecraft. I couldn't tell you which is Poland and which is Indonesia. Right? I feel like you have to see it against a bunch of other European and or like Southeast Asian flags, right? too long. Let's say 2018. I'm not 100% sure like when this could be, but let's just say Bangladesh like late 2010s. It was 2010. It was 2010 on the dot, and it was Bangladesh. So, and it is Bangladeshi Muslims returning home in overcrowded trains and boats after Biswa Ijtema, one of the world's largest annual Islamic congregations held in Tongi on the banks of the Turag River. Ah, okay, you learned something new. We learned something new. A tree. I need a place just for me. Somewhere that I can be free. Back onto Mafia 3, the original soundtrack is heavy blues. The combat music isn't chaotic. It feels much more calculated. Since you aren't a force of chaos, you're a cold-blooded killing machine who doesn't hurt civilians. Kind of like Batman. No, actually, Batman doesn't kill. Howl is such a great combat track. It's somewhat chaotic, but still controlled. You're basically Black Rambo. Interesting, interesting. Okay, maybe I'll check it out. Okay, where is this? So we are seeing a little bit of church architecture over here. It's not quite actually it is kind of Gothic. It's just that the arch isn't as broken as I am usually used to with Gothic architecture. It is a broken arch. There is tracery and like decorations on the exterior. There is a rose window, so this is a place with some kind of Gothic architecture. Ooh, we also have some text over here. Het ma twerk girl. Led also, maybe this is Nordic. Autobus Standplatz. Germanic, maybe? The cars look 50s, 60s. Because, like, if you look at the back, they kind of have these, like, big tail fins. I'm thinking maybe Germanic or Low Country. The cars kind of look 60s, 50s. Maybe even into this. No, this is actually more 50s, 60s. Let's say 65. Okay, so the thing is, it says here like Autobus Standplatz, and then there's a little symbol here that kind of looks like it could be the Swiss flag, but it could also be any one of the Nordic flags. But that could also just be like, maybe that's not even a flag, that's just like a symbol, you know? Plus, I don't think like, if this is like Switzerland, do they have Gothic architecture in Switzerland? You know? So not NYC, right? Do I want to say Germany? The thing is, I really gotta look at, like, even though I can identify like Gothic architecture, I don't know where all the Gothic like churches are like located in, you know? I know there's one in Cologne. Because we got fooled by one. This could be Cologne again. It could be Cologne again. Let's go ahead and say Cologne 1965. No! Wait, where is this? Wait, where is this? I can't see the map! Ah, it was... Is this Low Country or is this still Germany? It's still Germany. Okay. So crowds lining the street as US President JFK. Motorcade leaves St. Stephen's Cathedral in Vienna. I see. Following a mass attended by the president and first lady, Kennedy visited the city for a high-stakes meeting with Nikita Khrushchev to discuss the neutralization of Laos and the future of Berlin. Okay, so it's actually Austria. So I picked Cologne, but the actual answer was over here in Vienna. So it was still a Germanic-speaking country. All right, we have one last... Is this yesterday, dog? Is this like... Like, isn't this Trump and Xi Jinping? Is this not something that happened, like literally this past week? Are they pulling one of those things again where it's like dog, did this not just happen? The place. I'm pretty sure this is Chinese, right? Because the thing is, I recognize a lot of these symbols, but that's also because a lot of them are also shared between, like, Japan and China. Yeah, like, literally, like, is this not literally yesterday? But where? Would this be, like, Beijing, you think? Yeah, it says, like, I want to say this looks like Muji or Fuji. I don't know where this location is, but let's just take a long shot and say maybe Beijing. Let's say 2026. Literally yesterday, China. Spot on! We got it! Let's freaking go. It was literally like yesterday, right? Street television displaying President Donald Trump and Xi Jinping during the coverage of the US-China summit in Beijing, where they discussed trade, Taiwan, AI technology, and the ongoing Iran conflict. The visit marked Trump's first visit to China in 9 years. Ah, okay. Trump got dog walked. I mean, does he not always? In Minecraft. In Minecraft. My way to cope with modern politics is pretending it's all one massive love polyhedron. I mean, that was me with Italia. that was me with Italia. So I get it, you know. I get it. Shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Alright, we got into the 40K. Let me put this in the Discord. My shot. World turns upside down. Turns upside down. That's so much it feels more like a memory. Okay. Posting it to Discord. I think because we don't want the ad break to run in the next 3 minutes, we'll go ahead and call it here. We'll go ahead and call it here. And let's go ahead and mosh. Let's go ahead and mosh. I'll call it here, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow for the big subathon. Yippee! It's gonna be at 11 a.m. I might go longer than usual. Usually I ended off after about like 3 hours, but I might go longer than usual. Oh, as for what we're gonna do, I think initially we're just gonna do some yapping. If I'm in the mood for it, well, we might do art. But one thing that I actually do want to do is we're gonna play Banjo-Kazooie. I got an N64 controller. So we're gonna be playing Banjo-Kazooie sometime tomorrow, but we might also do a mixture of art and yaps. Alright, so expect that for tomorrow's subathon. Thanks for streaming. Thanks everyone. Thanks for dropping by. I know it was like kind of impromptu. I know this was a guerrilla stream, but I appreciate you guys dropping by when you could. So let's... I was gonna immediately click on this. Like, we were about to mosh to a 9-minute informational video about Manila, the design disaster. Okay, let's mosh, shall we? For any new students in the class, all you gotta do is, I'm gonna go ahead and play some music. This is our end of stream tradition. Once you hear the music, go ahead and spam your favorite emotes in the chat, and I'm gonna make your stream avatars fight each other. There's no correlation between how many emotes you spam and who wins the mosh pit. It's RNG, and it's not rigged. So in celebration of my top song being Top of the World on Spotify. What the? Not the Carpenters. Tempest. We're gonna mosh to Top of the World. It is in fact rigged. It's not. Instead of mosh, we sit on a documentary of Manila. Exactly. Exactly. But alright, once you hear the music, get to moshing. I could play the music video, but the thing is, I think it's like... oh, not the Tempura's cover. It's gonna make me so sad. Isn't there an MV? Is it gone? But that one was also like a minute and a half, so we'll just listen to this one with the lyrics. Alright, once you hear the music, get to moshing. And if we see an ad pop up, we'll skip it. Or we'll pause it, you know? We're not gonna do the ad, is what I'm saying. A classic. Get to moshing. Oh, I can see the sun shining in the sky every day. It rains. I can feel the light of day. Oh, it can't. Oh, let's sing it loud and clear. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take a new step and find the shining star. Limits, nothing can stop us. Prove that we're good to go. So here we are on top of the world. You're with me, not alone. I will share my heart and soul. Oh, snooze the ad. There we go. Just go our way, love each and every day. Live in peace. Every moment is a puzzle piece. Maybe hard, but enjoy this adventure. And we got Folk. Folk won the first round. You survived the mosh pit. See, it's not rigged. I keep telling you guys that. Ah, Vesper's dulcet tones, man. Alright, second round. I actually have to find someone to raid into and not just sing along to this. Sing it loud and clear, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. To take a new step and find the shining star. Don't have limits, nothing can stop us. All of us will prove that we're good to go. Oh, a lot of people are streaming right now. Wing today. On the pass. You're afraid of how the game is played. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, Casper's streaming, which like would be fitting, right? That would be fitting to raid into. Just want to fly up high, yo, there's no limit. Speak your mind, raise your voice. So here we are, sailing the same boat. Boys, not alone, I will share my heart and soul. Hey, come and play, just go our way. So here we are on top of the world. No, I'm not alone. I'll share my heart and soul. Hey, come and play. Just go our way. Love each and every day. Live in peace. Every moment is a puzzle piece. It may be hard, but enjoy this adventure. And Pexco survived the mosh pit. I keep telling you guys it's not rigged. Hey! Why would you attack me like that? You won the mosh pit! Why would you do such a thing? Okay, the thing is, I'm still deciding on who to raid into because there's so many people. But the thing is, like, a lot of the people that I do want to raid into, they've been going for a while and I don't know if they're gonna end soon. You know? Gloating! Like, I don't know if, like, people have been, like, streaming for, like, 2-3 hours, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna end soon, though. Cause I was thinking Gadrian, but he's been going for, like, 3 hours? Right? So, I don't know. There is Casper. Casper's only been going for, like, 2 hours and a half. But just, of course, don't mention that we freaking moshed to Top of the World. I don't think he knows that song, but, also, yeah, I trust you guys. I trust you guys. Actually, wait. Let me do one last quick look on like who we can raid into. There is Skylimit, but she's been going for 3 hours. I think same with Kyo. They've been going for over 3 hours. I don't know if they're gonna end soon. Is the thing.
Raid message on Top of the World.
No, that's not the raid message. No. Let's see. Oh my god, someone's been going for like 6 hours. We could do Yuki. We could do Yuki. I know we raided into her recently, but we could do that again. They're playing something called Pratfall. Hello, Nap. We're about to end soon. I'm just picking someone to raid into. But hello. If you have time tomorrow, and no pressure if not, I'm gonna be doing a mini subathon tomorrow. Quick question? Yeah, go for it. I'm still deciding who to raid into. I feel like it's gonna be Yuki. Because it looks like they just started. Well, like 30 minutes ago or something. How long is the subathon tomorrow? I am going to try to go for a little longer than usual. So I'm going to try to go for like at least 3 hours. Maybe 4. But I am going to set aside like 6 hours of time for myself. So maximum would be 6 hours. Minimum would be like 3 hours. So 3 to 6 is the short answer. 3 to 6 is the short answer. 3 to 6 hours. But great question. Great question. Raid a completely unrelated question, but keep the top of the world as the raid message. You can say top of the world to Yuki. I think you can say top of the world to Yuki. So we'll do that. We'll do that. let's go ahead and start the raid into Yuki. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the subathon if you're able to make it. If not, completely understandable. I still appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And the raid message is still not fixed, even though I tried fixing it like 7 different times. What the heck? What the heck? Anyway, I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye. We raid. I appreciate you guys.